So let's talk UFC Shanghai. I will say is that I didn't see all the fights because it was at like midnight, when it started. So I will talk about the ones that I did kind of see, right? I did see Michel Pereira get knocked out in 43 seconds, which is pretty crazy because I don't know who's knocked him out. I don't think he's ever been knocked out. But, to be fair, it was a TKO. And the next fight I did see was the Loney Kavanaugh versus the Charles Johnson fight. Now that one was pretty crazy because of how hyped Kavanaugh was, and for some reason, I was like, I kind of saw him getting knocked out in a sense. I don't know. I just felt like it. I felt like an upset was going to happen. I mean, this is the guy he was fighting. He was fighting a guy that knocked out Joshua Van, the only person to knock out Joshua Van. So that says something because Joshua Van's about to fight for the title. That was a pretty crazy knockout. It looked like he brought that punch from like the ground all the way up to his face. You know what I mean? It was a devastating right hook. And then we got the co-main event, which I will say I was zoning in and out. I was actually like sleeping during this fight. A lot of people were like, oh, Brian Ortega, he looked weak during the weigh-in. I will say he did, but at the same time, he's fighting Aljamain Sterling, and I feel like you don't have to worry about much when it comes to damage on the head when fighting Aljamain Sterling. But that's just me. But obviously, I don't think he should have been fighting anyways. And then we got the main event. Since when did Johnny Walker fight composed and smart? And especially after all those comments Zhang made about Alex Pereira not being hungry anymore. It's crazy how once you start worrying about other people instead of your own fight, this is generally what happens. Hopefully Zing bounces back and gets back in the win column, but very impressive to see Johnny Walker not fight like a maniac.